Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Okay, now, as y'all know, I'm a huge fan of the MCU, and Guardians of the Galaxy is actually one of my favorite comic book films of all time. I mean, the first one is amazing. The second one was definitely a step down. The humor was really forced, and they dumbed down Drax, and I don't know, that movie was just a mess for me. I was happy to see Ego the Living Planet. That was about the only thing great that I got out of that. But anyway, when I heard Volume 3 was coming out, I got really scared. I'm going to be honest with you, because I thought it was going to be the same old thing as number 2, and it wasn't going to be that good. And was it? Yes! This movie is incredible. It is a must-see. You've got to get out to the theater and see this movie as soon as possible. Even if you're not a huge comic book fan or even an MCU fan, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, they have a lot of heart and a lot of charm and a lot of magic. And that's what you need in a good film. Like I said, the first one is amazing. It's a masterpiece, I believe. The second one is definitely a step down, but guys, this one was definitely a step up. It's not as good as the first one, and it doesn't have to be. All it has to be is a great movie on its own, and it is. And I had just a couple of nitpicks, very small things that I thought they could have done better. It could have been shorter. I thought that it was too long. It's 2.5 hours. It didn't need to be. They could have cut 15, 20 minutes out of this and tightened it up, and I think it would have been a better film, but that doesn't mean it wasn't great at all. And the only other thing that I did not like about this movie was how they portrayed Adam Warlock. Now, I know a lot of you do not even know who Adam Warlock is, so that's great, because you won't be disappointed. Will Poulter still did a great job as a character. I mean, he was given what he was given, and he had to do what the director says and what the writers wrote. So they made the character the way they wanted to, but he did an awesome job pulling it off as that type of character. But in the comic books, Adam Warlock's not this, dumb, kind of innocent child. Granted, in the movie, the character was just born, so technically he is kind of a child, but he's never acted like that in the comic books. He's one of the most powerful beings in the comic book universe. So when they kind of made him, childish and kind of dumb, I was a little bit disappointed in that. But that's okay, guys. Those are the only two things I did not like about this movie. It could have been a little bit shorter, and the use of the Adam Warlock character. But that's just me as a fan that knows the character and has known that character for 30 plus years. So you going into it not knowing who he is, you're going to love him, okay? So just take what I say with a grain of salt. Just know that I feel that anybody can like this movie, and that's for one reason. And this movie has it all. From beginning to end, it has action, great non-forced comedy. All the humor felt very natural, and I was very pleased with that. It's nothing like the second one. So if you're thinking you're going to go into this and get the same thing that the second one was, just know, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get that. You're going to get great humor. Not only that, it has a lot of drama. There's an underpinning storyline going on about Rocket's backstory. And I'm telling you guys, I never would have thought that I would well up and get emotional over a talking raccoon. I mean, come on. If you can pull that off, then you're doing something right. And this movie did it right. There were multiple times in this movie, especially the end. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, that I welled up. I was genuinely sad. That is just great writing, guys. You're going to get a lot out of it. I guarantee you. Peter Quill, of course, is a great character, and Chris Pratt pulls him off brilliantly. But really, this movie is about Rocket, and it's about the family dynamic of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And know that this is the last of the trilogy. You know, this is the last we're going to see of this team of Guardians of the Galaxy, at least. And that's okay. They wrapped it up like with a big, huge bow on a present, and it was great the way they did it. I was worried about it because I knew this was the final one in the trilogy, so I was kind of worried that it was going to leave us kind of hanging at the end, but it doesn't. They did such a great job from the first 5 minutes to the very last post-credit scene, which you must watch. Okay, all the post-credit scenes you need to watch. It's not all, it's just a couple of them. But stay for the last one because that last one really made me feel something, and it was great. And I walked out of the theater very, very happy and excited. And James Gunn did a very great job directing these movies, and I'm glad to see him going over to head up DC, so I'm excited about what we're going to get over there. But guys, you need to go see this movie, especially if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, especially if you're a fan of the MCU as a whole. But even just as a moviegoer, you will get something out of this. Whether you like action, whether you like comedy, whether you like drama, you get it all. So go out and see this, guys, because as you can see, I'm beaming because that's what I do when I see some greatness come my way, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 definitely delivered. Anyway, it's not all about what I think. What do you think? Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Do you plan on seeing it? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. BAM!